Welcome to Riks Europe. My name is Peter Kleppe. I'm very happy to have as my guest here today international affairs specialist Glen Hodgson. And what we will discuss is the new Union rules on platform work. Uber
Yeah, thanks
Eats,
indeed.
all these arrangements that have increased in various European countries. So welcome, Glenn.
Thank you, Pete. Very good to be here. And as you say, yeah, there's a lot of changes underway with the new Platform Worker Rights Directive. The idea of actually controlling the labor markets that are increasingly, we're seeing technology being used as matching platforms, but also the demand from individuals to have more choice over when, where, and how they earn money. And with the European Commission's figures saying that by next year, 40 million people in Europe will actually be freelancers or contractors. So it's an important area. And, the legislation could have been a lot worse in terms of, thankfully, we don't have a presumption of a hard presumption of employment in there. But there are still things that now have been taken out and are going to be implemented. And at the national level, it's very, very important that EU member states put in place the right regime and don't sort of pander to the interests of the establishment in terms of the trade unions and big labor in this sense.
So these regulations, they do not impose that anybody that occasionally works for Uber Eats or any of these companies would be labeled an employee, which of course would then drive up the cost for customers a lot.
Yes.
But what exactly then do these new rules require?
Yeah, so in the case of, we see already in some countries like Spain, which have this presumption, and what's happened, we've seen that less jobs for individuals, also lower wages, and also more corruption. There's actually sort of come into the system as well. So the complete opposite of what was desired. So what we're going to see now, hopefully, is this voluntary employment system, so that individuals like myself could say, look, I'm a freelancer, I want to work like this, I want to be an independent contractor. I don't want a full-time 9 to 5 job. I want the freedom and the flexibility. We should also have at the national level criteria, which if you meet 3 of these 7 criteria, then you'll be classed as a worker, and that's fine. And there's also very interesting and very worrying things happening on algorithmic management. Of course, the use of tools to be able to automate systems. Some of the rules in there are left very vague at the moment. We wouldn't want to see a system whereby at the national level, all algorithmic decisions need to be checked by a human being. This is not what we do, and this is not what is required. Things like robot firing, yes, definitely that should be ruled out. But I think alignment with the AI Act would be a very good way of doing things. So anything that can be done sort of critical, small jobs that don't need human intervention should be allowed to be done by the algorithms and machines. And for the bigger decisions, those should be done through the human oversight.
It's interesting that European Union regulators seem to have some instinctive hostility towards technology, right? Like in this case, artificial intelligence. I mean, of course, like you say, everybody would agree that you can't be fired by some robot. Fair enough, that's a reasonable regulation to impose. But then to sort of constrain what this automatic systems can realize, it doesn't seem to be very in line with support for innovation and trying to serve the customers better, right?
Well, completely not, Peter. And this is one of the problems. I think it's symptomatic of the European Union at the moment. It's regulate, 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 as opposed to facilitate, look at the innovation, look at entrepreneurship, look at the possibilities for the workforce, but also businesses, and to drive that element of engagement and innovation that we so much need for our competitiveness and growth and economic drive for now and also for the future.